When you hear about the bondholders owed billions by General Motors, these may not be the type of people you think of.
Bonds are a loan. They're not a speculative stock.
They are retirees. They are conservative investors who bought their bonds years ago. They are hardworking Americans like Chris Crow, a home inspector from Lakewood, Colorado.
I understand there's only so many pieces of the pie, but they're giving us crumbs.
Of some $28 billion worth of GM bonds, $5 to $6 billion are held by individual investors, like the ones who gathered here. But they say they have little knowledge of nor input in the negotiations that may ultimately determine what their bonds are worth.
80% of all the bonds are held by institutions. They will suffer economic distress, but nothing to compared to individuals.
GM has offered bondholders shares of stock in a newly restructured GM, but the stock will likely be highly diluted after the government and union workers take their shares of the automaker, leaving these bondholders with just pennies on the dollar. At the rally at Warren City Hall, Crow read a letter written by his 13-year-old son.
I don't know much about investments or bonds, but I know one thing. When my dad invested in GM, he promised me it was going to help pay for my college. This opened a window of opportunity for a future career. I even improved my grades at school to get me ready for college.
GM's survival hinges on converting the outstanding bonds into equity. While these bondholders want their voices heard, they also need GM to survive. If the automaker falls into bankruptcy, their bonds could end up worthless. Jason Bronis, The Associated Press, Warren, Michigan.